So the next question that we have for the Arcturians is, why is it that when you love something, it hurts at times?
Well, there's that old, like, all the songs about love hurts, and and love does hurt sometimes, because when you really love somebody, you there's this a fear of maybe you'll lose that person, you'll leave that person will leave you, or something, too good to be true. How could this keep going? So what one needs to do when that occurs is they just pull themselves back into the now. This is my now. Right now, I am in love with this person. And I don't know how long I'll love this person. I don't know how long this person will love me. I'm not even sure, or maybe I am sure that this person loves me. But I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it for as long as I have it. And the good thing about that, when you are enjoying it, you're optimistic and you're happy. And so when you're optimistic and you're happy, the person that you're having a love relationship with is going to find that you're a lot easier to be in love with, because, you're a happy person, and of course that doesn't mean you don't have challenges, but you don't hole up and go into depression about your challenges. You go to them, and people really like when somebody comes to them. If somebody comes to them and says, I need some help with this, they feel that's really a compliment. And in a relationship, you're not going to always get along every second. You don't even get along with yourself every second. So how could you get along with yourself and somebody else? So just forgive yourself, forgive the other person, and let go and move forward.
I think that's such a wonderful reminder, because that also gets you back in touch with yourself. And at the end of the day, all the emotions and things that we feel, we don't know if the other person is feeling that, but we can recognize what we are feeling ourselves. And so not to blame another person, not to blame ourselves is important. So I really do like that reminder a lot.
Yes.
So the next question we have is about ascension and our physical bodies, and how, when we're pulling in these higher frequencies, how do these frequencies affect things like our immune systems, how our body functions as a whole, like that physical component to the ascension process?
Yes, that's what we were going to say first, was that it's very good for the immune system. The immune system is also a feedback system, so that you are telling yourself what's going on. And the immune system and the feedback system are very much the same, in that if you don't feedback to yourself what's going on, you don't know the state of your immune system, because you aren't tuning in to your body.
Yes, that is such a wonderful reminder to stay grounded and to keep our awareness in our bodies, because this experience is not about leaving our physical bodies. It's about being able to hold those higher frequencies, because we are higher dimensional beings in a third dimensional body. So that's a really important reminder to still hold that sacredness and that value in our physical selves.
And the holding of the higher dimensional being in the physical body is, such a relief. It's such a relief to know that not only are you protected above and around, you're protected inside as well. So
wonderful. Very wonderful. All right, this next question has to do with healing. So, what can we do to help heal the trauma in others? And this talks a little bit about how humans have that preconditioned behaviors from media, from foods they eat, from their experiences as they grow up. So, what is a way for us to help others heal?
Be a good listener is one of the first things. And so if it's about something psychological, it's really about being a good listener. And if it's about something people don't feel well, make them a cup of your favorite tea, with a little bit of this or that in it, you administer to them. And if it's about something that's happening, allowing them to go through the whole process and not interrupt and not give your input until they ask for your input, so that they can really feel like they're important. And thinking about that person, considering that person as being with you, even if they're not with you.
I really like that. And I think that's a great reminder that we can't take away another person's journey from them. Now, we can assist them however they need assistance, but at the same time, it's also their own experience and their own process in coming to balance and in coming to healing. And being able to, like you said, be that good listener or to assist where you feel would be the best place to assist is really important.
Yes, the teacher doesn't give you the answers to the test that you're taking. And if they did and you got an A, it wouldn't mean anything. But if the teacher didn't give you any guides to that and you got an A, then it's like, yay, I got an A. I learned that. So, people want to be able to acknowledge their own victories as well. And so sometimes we have to just back off a little bit and just let them discover that for themselves and then go, yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. This next question is about anchoring in light. So, what can we do as starseeds to anchor in these new light codes that are coming in?
Meditation. Walking in nature, connecting with the earth, kind of all the things that we've said. When you learn to really listen to yourself and really listen to your body and address that. Like if yourself says, I want to take a walk right now, and you say, no, I have to do the dishes and scrub the floor first. Okay, so the doing of those dishes and the scrubbing the floor is going to take twice as long as if you just said, I'll take the walk, or I promise myself I'll take the walk after I do this. But don't take the walk out. Don't give it away. Instead, yes, this is my gift to myself, and I want to give this gift to myself. And I am learning how to fit it in so that I don't feel like I have to have this be a sacrifice or that be a sacrifice. And I can do these different things and be aware of which things I enjoy the most and which times I enjoy certain things. And set your life up that you're the boss, you're in control.
That is a wonderful touch-in to know that we are constantly anchoring in light. And so when we can be aware of those subtle needs or subtle wants from our bodies, like taking a walk. Who knew that something so simple as being out in nature is actually doing a whole lot more than we might physically see?
Yes, even just sitting, even going out and just sitting in nature. And then you look up and, oh, there's a bird and there's a bird and, there's a tree and there's the breeze. And it expands your awareness of reality.
Yes. Wonderful. All right, we have 2 more questions here. This next question is, have starseeds completed the ascension and locked into 5D and are living that experience fully?
Starseeds is a star seed, and a seed is a seed. It hasn't come to its full fruition. But a star seed is one that has the ability to do that because they have the seed of that. And if they focus on that seed, they feed that seed with love and light, then they will be able to grow that seed. Just like if you wanted to grow something in the earth and you just threw it on the ground and you never watered it and you never really covered it, it wouldn't grow. But if you wish that you watered it on a regular basis, it's that being protective of yourself and of what you do and of who you are. Because when you do those things for other people, it makes you feel good about yourself. Energy out is energy back. Whereas if you get really snotty and kind of ornery with somebody and, stomp off, you don't feel too good about yourself because it kind of hangs around you. That probably wasn't the best way to handle that. Yeah. And then you can go back to that person and say, yeah, I'm sorry, I was a little gruff there. Can we pick that up and have a little conversation? And then when you do that, you really feel proud of yourself that you caught yourself in the act and you went back to fix it.
So it sounds like it's not about completing anything. We've already made it. I think this is a good reminder that these higher frequencies exist outside of time. And as that fact exists, we also exist outside of time and also within time too. So it's less about leaving the third dimension and it's more about our experiences in the third dimension, but also with these higher frequencies as well.
Yes. And the higher frequencies, it's not like you've got the third dimension, nothing, nothing, nothing. Fourth dimension, nothing, nothing. Fifth dimension, then nothing, nothing. It's like the air or like the water. The air gets mixed up with other air. The water gets mixed up with other water. And these frequencies, the thresholds of the frequencies, the threshold into it and the threshold out beyond it, that's where it gets mixed up. But when you are actually in it, then like if you're having a meditation and you're meditating and then you jump up to check the clock and then you go back and then you meditate and you jump up and you do something else. So it doesn't really get the power because you haven't really dedicated to it. But if you dedicate to it and then you even say, okay, I realize that I have to go do this, but I'm going to take this fourth dimensional me to do this. And so you put it actively into your life. As you meditate, you get these higher feelings. Don't leave them up there. Bring them into your body and share them. And you don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to tell people. But people learn more from example, I think, lots of times than from people telling them. And then also when they learn from example, they get to put their twist on it as well. So that's why that's why humans are called individuals.
Yes. I love what you said about experiencing, because we can't live our lives waiting to experience something better. We just have to keep living, and that's helping us stay in the present versus trying to, analyzing or judging our experience of where we're at in the moment.
Yes, and know that every experience is a chance to learn. There's always a lesson in every experience. Some of the lessons aren't too cool, but that just means that we let too many things gather up. It's kind of like you haven't cleaned your room in a month. Boy, what a mess. But if you just clean it every day, it takes maybe 15 minutes. No biggie. But it's when they let things gather up and then it becomes a big deal.
All right, we have one question left, and this is a question for the Plebeians. Ooh. All right. From the Pleiadian point of view, do they see humanity lighting up the world despite the apparent upheaval and chaos?
They see it as it is. And they see that there are areas where the humans are learning, they are gathering, they are seeing that this is a very challenging time for humans. And they are seeing the people that are in fear and the people that have found a way to manage that fear. And they will go into the dreams of people that are having trouble and, kind of assist those who are assisting others and assisting them. They're very active in one's dream life, the Plebeians, because they can go into that fourth dimension where the Arcturians, they don't go into the fourth dimension as much. They stay up on that. They're like the commanders in the higher dimensions. They see the humans that are lighting up the world despite the chaos. And they also see the humans that are still creating the chaos and stuck in the chaos. And they see that this is a difficult time for the humans on Earth. They see that humans are beginning to have a better knowing of animals, and that they are beginning to care more about them. And partly is because that the animals aren't getting sick like the humans are. The plants aren't getting sick like the humans are. So the humans are looking and saying, this must be a lesson. And there's more and more people that are really wanting to consciously participate in the solution. And people that are risking their lives to care for people that have the virus, and people that are having a better feeling about nature, and it's a very challenging time for the humans on planet Earth. And we, the Galactic, see that the humans are really doing a good job. I mean, of course, there are some that are too lost in their own inner turmoil. But having to be alone or in your home with just your family, it almost forces people to address their inner turmoil. Well, they're seeing a unity consciousness that is larger and stronger than they've seen in a long time. And That unity consciousness they saw before was often during a war, and it was the unity consciousness of, I'm on this side of the war, so I'm unified. I'm on that side of the war, so I'm unified. But it's not a war. It's not a war. The humans, they're very proud that the humans have not had any major big wars for a while. I mean, there's been things that have been going on, but not like World War I or World War II. And they've also seen that there are areas that have been able to clear themselves where the virus isn't there. And so they see that humans are facing the challenge, and they're facing it with courage and persistency and love and light. So they're happy. They're happy that the humans who are the most like them, and then, as we said before, a lot of those Plebeians are humans. A lot of clouds that look like a starship is actually a starship that's looking like a cloud. And so there is help in the higher frequencies. And so that's important to know, because that really encourages people to raise their consciousness into the higher frequencies of reality. And in those higher frequencies of reality, it's not scary, because you see the solutions. More and more humans are looking towards the solutions instead of, running from it. They're working together more and more. The darkest night is just before dawn, but the dawn does come. It's coming. We are the dawn. We, us, all of us, all humans, and all the beings, not just the humans, all the birds and the animals and everything. We're all Gaia. And so we dedicate ourselves to hold the light and be a component of the healing that is going on within this now.